Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday night. It's 9 p.m. and we are back here on
How to Ace Your Career.
Nuptan, I'm a career and a life coach. I coach people to have an amazing, beautiful career where they are not only thriving in their career but living a happy and fulfilled life.
Yeah, I'm Dheeraj. I'm a life coach, business coach, and a relationship coach. And both of us together, we create this company, ND Life Coaching.
So let's dive into straight because we have very little time and we have to cover up a lot. But it's an amazing section today. It's not about career only. It's relevant to every part of your life. And I'm really feeling privileged to share a review on this classic. It's an extraordinary book that left a profound impact on not only both of us, but actually belongs to the personal collection of most successful people even today. Think and grow rich. Just sharing it truly astonishes me the sheer dedication and perseverance exhibited by the author, of course, Napoleon Hill, in compiling this wealth of wisdom based on his personal quest. What was he wanting to find out? What really made some people so successful? Why is it that some people manage to remain healthy, happy, financially independent all at the same time? And why, after all, do some people end up being called as lucky? The answer, of course, is no wonder. It had to be a revelation which he did century ago, 100 years ago, embarking on a journey to interview 500 millionaires in a span of 20 years. What he put was 13 principles of success based on interviewing these 500 millionaires. And the first principle of success, what he decided was, he mentioned is desire. Yes, it's desire. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. Merely wishing for money. Most of the times we wish. I wish I had a great career. I wish I was living in this place.
I wish I would be rich.
Yes, absolutely. I wish I had an amazing husband, wife. It's just a wish. But he says merely wishing doesn't lead you anywhere.
Sure.
It needs to become an obsession. And how to make that obsession, he shared by sharing a 6-step process.
The first
money.
step for
Yes.
money. Okay, this is for desire and money. First, decide exactly how much money do you wish to make. Number one. Number two, determine what you are willing to give in exchange to receive this amount of money. Now, here I would like to emphasize that I want to earn 1 crore rupees, but in return, I have nothing to exchange, nothing to give. That I don't have anything to give you or offer to you, but I definitely want 1 crore. That's not possible. So you need to determine what are you willing to give in exchange to receive this amount of money.
Then, of course, choose a date by which you want to have this amassed amount of money. It can be as big as you want. Don't hesitate. Put in the money. But like Dheeraj mentioned, you should be sure what are you going to offer in exchange to receive this money. And then, of course, create a plan of how you're going to achieve this goal. And don't wait. One fine day, I will do this. No, begin at once. Today, right now, whether you feel ready or no, you have to start doing this. Otherwise, that day will never come.
And once you do that, write all down in a clear-cut statement. And once you've written the statement, we still do it. Read that written statement aloud twice a day. I'll repeat, twice a day. First thing in the morning and last thing at the night. Visualize your life as if you're already owning that amount of money. And let me tell you, friends, we are not talking something that you can't believe, because we have practically done this and we have actually achieved that kind of money.
While being able to visualize yourself as rich may seem challenging at first, it's not really easy, right? To imagine all of a sudden, if you have thought of 1 crore, 100 crores, and all of a sudden you start imagining, oh, what will happen if I have 100 crores? It may be difficult, but that's where the effort is. Keep doing it mechanically. One day you will be able to visualize it, because for some people, visualizing is very easy, like him. For me, visualizing is very difficult, but I made it possible. You can only become rich if you possess a deep desire for money and you don't stop at anything to get it. So first thing, which we said, we are doing it every single day. It's a desire which is mentioned clearly, a very specific statement. We say it in the morning and we visualize it again in the night at the last moment.
Absolutely. That's the first step. Now, naturally, desire is there. But now, whatever that has said and done, in return, what you need is faith.
Absolutely.
You'll have to have faith in your desire. So, visualization of and belief in attainment of desire. Faith is a state of mind that you must learn to cultivate. The mind that takes on the nature of the influences that guide it. A positive mind, which is more fertile to faith. And faith is the starting point of all success.
So the greatest factor holding anyone back from success is a lack of self-confidence.
Yes.
And the beauty is, he's not only taught us faith, but he teaches a principle on how to increase your self-confidence in the second chapter, which is the second principle, that's faith. He says, know that you're capable of achieving your goal, and you must promise to be persistent in pursuit of this endeavor. So know you're capable. You have to believe that you can make this happen, and you will persevere till it doesn't happen. Second, he says, whatever you keep thinking, so the most dominating thoughts of your mind actually result in action.
Yes.
And that changes your personality. That is why you should spend half an hour each day thinking about the type of person you want to become. Now you will say, 30 minutes, where will I find? If you want this crores of rupees in your bank, you better spend 30 days thinking about this. What is that I'm going to do? And what is the type of person I will have to become to make that happen?
So it's just 30 minutes. And if you don't have 30 minutes to become a millionaire, then you don't deserve to become a millionaire. As simple as that can be. Okay. So, like people ask me, kab tak karna hai? I always say, jab tak or tab tak. Okay. That's my mantra. Okay. So till I don't get it. So the third is, for 10 minutes each day, focus on increasing your sense of self-confidence. Fourth one, write down a description of your goal. That's something beautiful. I like doing it. And don't stop reaching for it until it's attained.
So the beauty of faith is, you know what? What you believe, what you put faith in, that's exactly what happens in your life. So if your life is miserable, you're not seeing results, believe me, that's the dominating thought of your life. I'm not capable enough. I'm not good enough. This is not going to happen to me. Oh God, how can I become rich? I don't have a great career. All these thoughts will manifest into reality, and exactly opposite is the same. That is why direct your mind in faith. And I believe that as Indians, we are really born and brought up as people of faith.
Yep.
We are groomed in that system. Just use that power here. The third one is
auto-suggestion. Okay, we finished with desire, we finished with faith. Now we are coming for the third one. That's auto-suggestion. Now the medium for influencing the subconscious mind. Okay, auto-suggestion is the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind. Merely reading words aloud will have no impact. Now you need to attach something called as emotion to the words.
Absolutely.
Like when I do those visualization and I do it for a crowd of maybe 100 people, 500 people, I see all people crying, laughing, because they're experiencing that emotions has to be there. When reciting your affirmations mentioned above as laid out in the previous chapter, you must encourage your desire to
consume you.
You are completely into it. You're feeling it. You're feeling that sitting in that Mercedes car. Like in 1995, I started seeing that dream of sitting in the Mercedes car. In 2005, I was in my own Mercedes car.
And believe me, we didn't have a revenue of even lakhs of rupees that time when we thought that we were going to buy.
No, when I was seeing it, I was earning 800 rupees per month. When I actually saw, when I was visualizing myself driving a Mercedes car.
Absolutely.
So your subconscious mind will only act upon thoughts that are fed. Okay, yes. That's very important. Therefore, Hill recommends adding the following to the Think and Grow 6-step previously laid on the chapter on desire.
So we really gave you that idea that these are the things you have to do, decide the amount you want to have, what is that you're going to give in exchange, how you're going to plan out all of that. That thing you need to do where you have a quiet place, where you won't be disturbed. And you have to repeat that aloud. If that place is your bathroom, fair enough. Go therein and just scream out loud your desire. Post it in your bathroom, post it in that mirror where you go there every morning. but it should be a space where there is no distraction, no disturbance, because that's the biggest challenge that we are facing in the world today.
Yep.
And of course, repeat it in the morning and in the night continuously, so that you start actually having a very clear
Now this
image.
morning night is very important. So which means get up in the morning, and the first thing you're feeding your subconscious mind is your desire. And while going to sleep, while I'll say, so this is the end. Now you're going on your bed and you're going to sleep. That is the time you just need to close your eyes and visualize everything and go and sleep. So the subconscious mind starts with that, ends with that, and that's how we get results.
So we all know that our conscious mind is functioning when we are awake, right? But the subconscious mind is functioning even when we are sleeping.
And I don't remember who said this, but I think it's from night 12 to morning 6, approximately 11
Which
to
is
6,
the time that
which
we
is the
sleep.
time which we sleep, where the subconscious mind starts functioning. That's why one should do this.
So let's really remember that the conscious mind is something that we can choose what we can feed. But the subconscious mind is a mind where there is no choice. Whatever you put in, it straight goes into the subconscious mind.
Yes.
And that's why it's the best that once you wake up in the morning, before anything else grabs your attention, put in your goal. The minute you're going to sleep and you know now you're going to have a peaceful sleep, keep that as the last thing that you have committed to the memory, so that the mind is processing all that even while it is
Absolutely.
sleeping.
So when I do my good night, I do my gratitude stuff every night, and then I go to sleep with those thoughts and go. So the fourth is specialized knowledge. Okay, personal experiences or observation, which means there are two types of knowledge: specialized and general. Now, general knowledge is of little use when attempting to accumulating wealth.
So, Dheeraj, you know, there's a beautiful example that Napoleon Hill quoted here. He says that knowledge, the highest amount of knowledge is available with teachers, but the least amount of wealth is available with teachers, because what they teach is general knowledge. And that was in books that time, through subjects, in libraries through books. But today, general knowledge is available at the click of your finger. That is why general knowledge cannot be used to accumulate wealth. Knowledge only generates money when it's organized and specifically directed to a definite end. To become successful, you must require specific knowledge in the area in which you intend to make fortune. In fact, another beautiful example that we both of us realized, the guy who actually sells book, who's sitting on the streets and selling second-hand books, he spends his entire lifetime being poor, because that entire day when there is no one standing there, he doesn't feel like picking
the
up.
value,
Yes.
values, the worth of the book is billions, which means the content which is there. If the gentleman, even sitting there, starts reading all that content and starts applying in his life, he'll not have to do it ever, because reading this book, people like us from a situation of 800 rupees, we become a millionaire just by reading and applying these books.
Then, of course, the fifth point is imagination. Now, imagination in your mind is where all the plans are created and formed. Napoleon Hill says that the only limitation is based on how much you can develop your imagination. And there he talks about two kinds of imagination. One is synthetic. What is that synthetic? Existing concepts that you know, ideas that you know, experiences that you've gathered, and then you renovate it or innovate it, right? That is synthetic imagination. I read this, now I twist it and I make it into something different. That's most of the time that people use their imagination. But creative imagination comes from hunches and inspiration. Like just yesterday, we saw a beautiful machine called as Wonder Chef. You know what the Wonder Chef is doing? So I remember exactly 45 to 50 days ago, me, my husband, and my son, we were sitting and having a chat, and there was something which was on the table, and we were saying that this is just a recipe. Instead of looking into recipes, imagine if there is a robot which can be feeded with the best recipes in the world and it can cook food. That's exactly what has come. The product, I saw it just yesterday. That's inspiration, right? So ideas are the starting point of all the fortune. And the example that Napoleon Hill has mentioned in his book is about Coca-Cola. Just water, add some fizz, and it's minted money, and it's been minting money.
They're billionaires now. Okay,
Absolutely
one of
correct.
the nobody can beat Coke. That's where they've already. So the sixth is organized planning. the crystallization of desire into action. So only desire does not work. You need to take some concrete actions to put your plan into action. Again, Hill recommends following these 4 think and grow rich steps. Number 1, first thing, allow yourself with a mastermind group that consists of people who will help you to carry out your plan. That's number 1. Number 2, however, before, as the first point is extremely important, okay, you need to be amongst the people who are having this mastermind group. However, before assembling the group, be sure to ascertain what is you can offer each of the members in return of dower. Third, meet with the group at least twice a week or more if possible until a solid plan has been actually created. And finally, fourth, maintain good relations between you and the group at all times.
So to obtain fortune, you have to collaborate with others. And today, I mean, this is spoken 100 years back. Today, the whole world is talking about collaboration. LinkedIn is all about collaboration. Coaches are coming together, trainers are coming together, people in different industries are coming together, CFOs come together from different organizations to collaborate and see and figure out if they can develop something new, learn from each other. So the planning has to be very specific. But plan, if you feel you cannot do it alone, then invite more people and execute the plan. But yes, of course, remember that plans may not be perfect. So he's quoting an example of Thomas Edison, who made 10,000 times he failed to create a light bulb. And you know what? Each time when he would fail, he would say, I've learned one more way on how to not make a bulb. So are you really so focused on your goal that you're ready to create plans again and again and again till you reach the stage where the idea is executed and you earn a fortune?
The 7th step is decision, the mastery of procrastination. Okay, it's not that we don't want to do, we keep procrastinating. So after analyzing the data, a cure from interviewing more than 25,000 men and women, Hill came to the conclusion that lack of decision, example procrastination, was one of the leading cause for failure.
And I'm sure all of you know this, that procrastination is really an enemy between you and your success.
Yes.
And that is why there's so much spoken about procrastination, how to beat procrastination. But imagine this, Napoleon Hill taught that time. And you know what is the beauty between successful people and unsuccessful people? Successful people make decisions quickly and they are very difficult to change. However, people who don't achieve that state which they want, they are always people who make decisions very slowly. They'll keep thinking, they'll keep avoiding to come to that decision. But when it comes to changing that decision, they can change it just like that. Absolute clear difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. Making decisions quickly, not changing them, successful people. Making decisions slowly, but changing them instantly. That is where people don't achieve their desires or their goals. So learn to trust yourself. And that is how you can make a specific choice, a decision where you can beat procrastination. So if you're not sure, like he said, reach out to more people, collaborate, build that faith, but ensure that you are decisive and committed to your goal. Otherwise, it will not.
And there's one characteristic required to take a decision, and that's courage.
Absolutely.
If you don't have the courage, it's not going to happen. So taking decision is coming from the concept of courage. Courageous people go out and take decision because they're not, it's not that they're not scared to fail, but in spite of being scared, they still go and take that decision. The 8th is persistence. The sustained effort necessarily induces faith, which means persistence is built upon strength of will. When desire is combined with willpower, little can stop you from reaching your goals. Most give up the minute things, get to the moment.
Most give up when the minute when things get too challenging.
Yeah.
I want to do it, but the minute it is difficult, I want to give up. So whenever you find yourself struggling with lack of persistence, remember you have to put all your energies, put concentrated focus to overcome this hurdle, and that is how you will be able to achieve anything that you decide. If you cannot persevere, you cannot become rich.
The power of the mastermind. Okay, that's the nine. The power of the mastermind. That's the driving force. To accumulate money, you must have power. Without power, you cannot put your plans into action. Hill states there are three ways of accumulating power, and they are: first, infinite intelligence; second, accumulated experience; and third, experiment and research.
So infinite intelligence, like we all know, it's a supreme power who runs the universe.
Yes.
How can you connect to that and what happens? We can talk. That's the last principle. Accumulated experience is when we get people, like-minded people,
The mastermind
together.
people. Yeah.
Absolutely. Who share a common platform, a common goal, and they share experiences, and that's how we learn from each other. So I know something, he knows something. When the two of us come together, he says there's a third mind that creates, and that mind was not existing before. So me and him put together creates a mastermind, the third mind which didn't exist before we came together. That's what exactly happens when we come together. And that is why you will find that, there are so many people who are creating mastermind groups across the globe. This is happening, and it's called as mastermind. The idea actually originated from Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich. The 10th principle is the mystery of sex transmutation. What does this mean? The word transmute means to transform one form of energy into another. Now, we all know that sex is the most primal and powerful drive. Now, if this drive
is so strong that this desire that individual often put their life and reputation on the lines to indulge in it.
So we know that, right? That sex is such a desire. It is so strong that most of the people, successful and rich also, at times, people who are known in the industry, who are known in the social media, also end up getting so much of wrong attention because they indulge in wrong sex, right? You just can't deal with it. So what Napoleon Hill said, that this sexual energy, that drive is so strong, just redirect it into the pursuit of accumulating wealth. And that is why he said, which is also verified and proven by Warren Buffett, he says that you have to be very, very particular to choose your life partner. If you find the right life partner, that drive towards your life partner, which is sex and love combined together.
What a powerful thing on this planet.
Absolutely. And you can achieve anything.
Absolutely. So the 11th is subconscious mind, the connecting link. Okay. While you cannot control your subconscious mind, you can suggest it mulch over specific plan, desire, goals that you wish to achieve. However, the subconscious can only be voluntarily directed through the process of a habit, which means as your subconscious functions 24/7, you must be wary of these types of negative thought patterns and unproductive habits you are feeding into it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, so many fears, so many negative thoughts. That's why we have cut off from absolutely news channels and media, because it's only feeding something which is negative.
I remember when Corona had happened, people would just keep looking how the numbers are increasing in which city, which state.
We didn't just look at it.
Yes.
We were just focused on our family, friends, and how can we take care, whatever that we can do. So we did not go to see any numbers. That's why we didn't feed anything, and we were so comfortable there. The subconscious mind is more receptive to thoughts that come accompanied by emotion.
And that's why we told you in the beginning that principle where we mentioned read the statement early in the morning and then in the night. But both the times you have to feel what you're reading. You have to believe what you're reading.
So Hill states that it's only our emotional thoughts that translate into action. It is therefore worthwhile familiarizing yourself with a constitutes as a negative or a positive emotion.
So if you don't realize, you keep repeating the negative patterns.
Yeah.
And that is how your mind functions, your body responds, the results you're getting in the environment, the people that you're meeting in the environment are all manifestation of what's running in your subconscious mind. Then, of course, the 12th one is this, which is put at the top of a human being. It's brain. What is the brain? Brain is all about just broadcasting and receiving station for thought. What does this mean? We all know that a brain works on frequency. I don't know if you have experienced this or no, but I have experienced this. This was also there in that movie Chak De, where Shah Rukh Khan, the coach, he's seeing that player and he realizes, oh, she's going to take a different shot. And then he's talking to that captain standing there, who's standing
Goalkeeper.
there as a goalkeeper. And he says, look at me, look at me. I have to tell you, this is what she's going to do. And she looks at him. So believe me, friends, our brain can do that fab job of broadcasting our ideas into others. Even when you're sitting in a meeting, if you can use this power, believe me, you can.
This is something that I've experienced a lot of time, especially with our family members and my son. So many a time when he was a kid, he used to not pick up the phone. His phone used to be, switch off, or it used to be not there. And I always wanted to communicate him because at times we felt that we don't know where he is. So then I used to sit and I used to speak to him that, Shinichi, please pick up your phone and call me back. I want to share something. And I've experienced in a span of 5 to 10 minutes, he used to pick up the call and he said, Dadu, I thought you're calling me. I saw the phone and he called back. That's what is the power. I've done this for many years now.
The 13th and the final principle, the sixth sense, the door to the temple of
wisdom,
which is nothing but infinite intelligence. If you remember, I told in the beginning, we're going to discuss that last. Now, dear friends, this can only happen when you're committed to that supreme power, when you take that efforts every single day to convey the deepest of your desires, reach out to that supreme power and say, I need to make this happen. But that has to benefit mankind.
Yes.
There's one thing which very clearly Napoleon Hill says, that if you're desiring something which is going to harm many people, then this doesn't function. But if you're going to really use it for benefiting lakhs and lakhs of people, the masses, then these entire 13 principles work. That is what. So when you're sitting there in the morning and you're communicating your desire to that supreme power with a deep felt connect to him, and you express that this is what I want to do, and it's going to benefit so many people.
Yes.
I need your help. That's where inspiration flashes. That's where hunches come in. And that's the message from the infinite intelligence. Even I remember Sarah Blakely once mentioned this in her interview, that there was a day when she was frustrated. She used to be selling these Xerox machines, and she was so frustrated in the afternoon, and there she goes and tells the universal power, I need a hunch from you, and I promise you, if you give me that, I will not let it get wasted. And that's where that idea came in, and she was the first billionaire woman in US. That important is this hunch. But dear friend, this doesn't come till you don't find that time and space and you connect to him. Both of us ensure that we do this every single day.
Yes. So, okay, guys, so there's a lot we have to give, but unfortunately, we have only 30 minutes. So, what we would highly recommend you to buy this book and read a portion every day and keep repetitively reading till you are able to apply all the principles to grow rich in all aspects of your life.
Now, something which we want to tell you here, all the principles stated above, you can do them individually. But the most important concept that Napoleon introduced was the power of mastermind, which is about collaborating with other minds. And that's the most difficult part for most people.
Yes.
We are here offering you this opportunity by creating a community of like-minded people who are interested in growing in their career, who are interested in building meaningful, happy, long-term relationships, whether it is intimate relation, whether it is relation with your extended friends, family, whether it is your professional relationships.
It could be your business partners, it could be your employees, employer, colleagues, whatever.
If you wish to be a part of this community, then you can click a link. There is a link which will come in the comment section. You can click there and you can become a part of this amazing, beautiful community that we have created. Let me remind you, wishing is not going to help. So if you strongly desire to grow in your career or work on improving your relationships, then don't procrastinate. Decide quickly. Take that action. This is what will lead you to success, as mentioned in this book. So this was Think and Grow Rich in half an hour from us.